Have you ever thought about why you are the way that you are? Has it ever crossed your mind that maybe planetary movements might have something to do with it? It's called astrology. And astrology is the study of how the positions of planets affect your personality. After extensive research and experience with palm readers and chart explanations, I feel as though I have a firm grasp on this concept. Everyone has a sign. I am a Pisces. You might be a Cancer or maybe even a Libra. But what does that mean? Where does that come from? How do you know? And how many people actually believe in this? All things I'm going to touch on. So, the American Federation of Astrologers say that astrology goes back 2,000 years ago to Babylon. Archaeologists found a board made of ivory with all 12 constellations carved into it. And this board was how they determined the positions of the sun and the moon at someone's time of birth. This is also how they did horoscopes back then. But it was just one horoscope reading. It wasn't check your horoscope every day. It was one reading, one time, one person. And so as I stated earlier, there are 12 zodiac signs. But your sun sign is your most important, and that's your basic zodiac sign. Your sun sign determines your personality, and your sun sign is determined by where the sun is in correlation to the 12 constellations at your time of birth. So for instance, if the sun is in front of the constellation Virgo on your day of birth, then you're a Virgo. 12 constellations, 12 zodiac signs, 12 months a year. But your moon sign is also very important. It's second to the sun sign in your birth chart. And so your moon sign is determined the same way, but it determines your emotions and your inner moods. Each sign has a ruling planet, and each ruling planet gives to the stereotypes of each sign. So Pisces' ruling planet is Neptune, and Neptune gives way to Pisces' nature to be more creative and more emotional than the other signs. There are also 12 houses. The 12 houses are not the same as the 12 zodiac signs. The 12 houses are different sectors of life, and so there's a love sector, a friendship sector, and a family sector. And as planets and constellations move in and out of them is how they determine horoscopes now. Horoscopes today are much different than they were. You can go to a website and check out your horoscope every day. But you could go to 3 different websites and 3 different magazines, and your horoscope won't be the same on anything. The only horoscope you really should be worrying about is your birth chart. Your birth chart is what the night sky looked like the day you were born. And that pretty much gives way to your past, present, and future endeavors. But the thing about your birth chart is that the planets move so quickly that even people born on the same day don't have the same birth chart. And that's what makes them different people. Just like how twins, if they're born far enough apart, which is 4 minutes, if they're born 4 minutes apart, their birth charts are vastly different. But how much does this really have a say on who you are? There has been so much research done on this topic, and specifically, Dr. Eugene Jonas did a study of how the planets and the moon phases affect women and their ovulation. And he found that women would ovulate with the moon phases, hence a 28-day menstrual cycle. And he also found that he was able to predict the gender of their child with 90% accuracy only using their birth chart. So no one really knows exactly if this is an exact science, but so many people have studied it, and a lot of things have come true. And it's also been proven that all kinds of other living organisms have been affected by the sun and the moon and the planets. So why is it different for us when we come into this world?